Okay, so I had already written out that I was doing today's message on surrender because that's what popped in my head. I go with whatever pops up, and I was in the middle of cleaning my cards when I heard surrender, right? I went to my regular playlists. I think I told y'all last time this song is like part of my go-to to clean out my me from my vessel, my me, in order to do this job. But the words were like, I surrender all to you, everything I give to you. And I didn't even think about that when I went to go do. Yeah. When I went to pull it up, I was doing my regular thing, just showing you guys that you being used anyway. You are being used constantly. Like when you say something to somebody just off the humdrum and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so funny that you said that. Because what had happened was that's because you're being used and you didn't even know in that moment. So the message was surrender. Stop fighting it. You ain't got control anyway. Do the thing that you have been holding on from doing. Surrender. Surrender is the message, okay? Which is wild because, hey, Monday starting off strong. I look pale, y'all. Is it all this black? You know what's so funny? I used to only wear black as like anti-Lisa Ray. The commitment to black was serious. Even my hair was black. Oh my goodness. I wish I had the picture, y'all. I was Casper because I had a nerve to go to the photo studio with my new black hair and my black shirt on. White, just white. I don't like that. I had, I guess, just since my awakening, started wearing fucking color. Didn't think about that before. You found me dressed in black. That's a Sia song. It just made me think about that. That shit is amazing. Listen to that song. So, what are we getting into today? See, because when it's me, it's just, I'm random. We're going to talk about whatever's on my agenda, which is wildness. So, tried something different today so we won't end up on my agenda. Because this weekend has been the most. There are too many people tugging on my energy, and I didn't know this was possible. Well, how about this? I did not know it was possible for me to perceive it, but my gifts are doing a thing. Like my radio receiver is getting broader, broadband. Is that a bar? I've decided to start writing poetry too, but I think what I'm writing, what I say is bars or are bars? Are bars. Yeah, I just suddenly like I was so overwhelmed with emotions and feelings and thoughts, and it was like really frazzling me. Like, so I'm gonna start writing again. I need to get it out because some of it's dope, and I'm like, this is a waste of a thought. And technically, I am a writer. I just didn't realize that me writing these long ass posts to y'all or a part of that. Clearly, I'm supposed to be doing several things, which is a lie. But surrender. He's still working with me, y'all. This weekend, I had to go get some toilet paper from the front desk, right? This is a story rock with me. So I didn't look like this. I had just woke up. It was more like, I can't even do it. You know how wake up ugly is. I went down there, no bra, titty slinging, just all my deal. And I'm covering my stuff up and I'm trying to hide behind like the front desk because it's still a hotel. I don't want anybody to see me. So I'm hiding. I'm like, can I have some toilet paper? And there's this guy on the other side checking in. I'm not paying no attention, but I saw him look up at me. And I immediately go, because don't see me. That's how I am. It's really weird when somebody, I can't stop moving, y'all. It's really weird when somebody sees me because I'm so used to being invisible. So I saw him see me and I was like, oh, hell. Because, you know, I'm used to being bullied and shit. I don't know what that means when somebody see me. Like, but he walked around the counter after he got done checking in, where I'm still waiting for my TP. And he was like, "Are you okay?" And at that moment, I'm like, "Damn, I knew I was ugly down here, but shit, yeah, I'm okay, bro. I just woke up." And I said it just like that because I'm a thug. And he was like, "You're beautiful." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "No, it's just like your glow, your energy, like you're beautiful. I just wanted you to know that." And then he got on the elevator. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Because no, I'm not. I don't even know when the last time I was hit on. No, I take that back. I was watching that damn Spider-Man again. And y'all know when I watch Marvel movies, I'll be thinking inappropriate thoughts because my mind be like what the Marvel boys do. So I went to Red Lobster with my sister. And sure enough, my waiter was Spider-Man. I don't even think that is Marvel, but he looked like Peter Parker. But either way, I was looking, I was like, oh, he's cute, but I don't, first of all, when I was younger, there was a certain type of guy that I was attracted to. Hot guys, right? Like guys that look like they belong in movies, which is crazy, right? But I was a latchkey kid, so I raised myself with television. So of course, my mind is like programmed to like the hot guys on the screen. But every time that I would have a crush on a guy that I was actually attracted to, it would always go the same. The guy would be an asshole in front of everybody else around their friends, and then hit on me secretly when nobody else is around. But like this went on through high school. Any guy, I've never had a guy that I had a crush on that I could not get. It's just in what format would I get him? Is the question. Men have a weird love hate thing. Like I don't know what it is. It's still messing me up. But anyway, so when Spider-Man was looking at me and his eyes was like, he was doing something. I was like, no way. But my spidey senses kicked in. My spidey senses kicked in. I was like, no, Spider-Man is shooting his shot. This is too much for me. So this just goes to that surrender thing. Remember, y'all, I told y'all I asked God because I couldn't take it no more. I'm picking up on everybody's energy. It's too much energy, too many thoughts. So I said, God, like, can I get a spiritual divorce? Like, if you want me back, we'll get married again in the spirit. Because I'm used to us being together in this life. Remember, I told y'all about my Jupiter ring. Like, we'll be together in a life. And then sometimes we're not together in a life because we're really into role play. So I'll just see him at home when we get there. But me divorcing him in spirit means like it's not necessarily I'll see you when I get home anymore. It's like you're not my husband, period. Which means I'm up for grabs, which is why that dude could see me. I usually have a glamour. So anywhere in your chart where there's Pisces, there is a glamour. Anything at the 12th degree, I missed my whole finger. The 12th degree and the 24th degree are blocks. Anything that is retrograde, that's other people can't see it. It's inside. My Bella, which is my beauty, asteroid 395 is retrograde. My ascendant is at 12 degrees. Even my Mercury, which is my mind, is at the 24th degree in my first. Like everything about me was blocked for one particular dude to see me. Like my whole life, I was out here trying. And they had me set up because this guy was supposed to be that important, right? I said, God, I know what we talked about before I got here. I know who I'm married to. But this life clearly has been a bit more difficult than we all anticipated. So I no longer would like to suffer the constant heartbreak that is going on in my chest. Because it does not matter if I have not been with this person in this life, because my soul is usually with his soul no matter what we do. It gets sad. And y'all, I asked for the divorce. I got my follow-up, right? Got all my answers. And I did not think about the fact that like it was a real divorce. I'm like, all right, I just don't have to hear the telepathic stuff anymore. Like, y'all, it was crazy. Uh, like his soul wanted me to know where he was all the time. Just it's like, and he was saying he just knows I overthink, so he wanted me to know that he was thinking of me. But it was really bad. Like I'd happen to turn my head and the clock would say like 3:05 or some shit. I'm like, Miami? Nah. And then I go check the nigga be in Miami. Like nobody needs that, especially with somebody that they actually have not met in person. It's freaking weird. So I did that. I got the okay. I also got the like a end date. Like he only has a certain amount of time to come forward because it's not fair to me. And God is a fair God. Like I asked him to look at the whole situation, look from my side, look from his side, what is going on here. I believe God was like, okay, I'll grant you this divorce to be fair to you. Here's your date, blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, I really want you to be with this guy because I want this particular soul to come back home. And you were sent here to bring him back home. So I'm gonna put the pressure on him, but I'll alleviate it off of you, which is cool with me, right? But what it has done is it's like called in other suitors. Like I keep feeling different energies now. Like when I had a dream last week, it was a famous person that came and tried to get me to sign a contract, but it was not the one that I was anointed to. Is that what you would say? What the fuck is anointed me? The one that I was promised to before I got here. He can't stand that guy. So it was one of his ops that was coming in. There was a freaking video that popped up on my thing. And it was pretty much letting me know that because I have requested the divorce, I can't just be out here solo. Let me show y'all my chart right quick. Because this is crazy. And I did not understand this ahead of time. When I asked for this divorce, I was like, I'm about to be outside. He been outside. Why can't I be out there too? I seen what he been doing. So I wasn't going like on the whole shit. I just wanted to like go on vacation by myself. Like I've never been anywhere by myself. I always have somebody, which is why we are looking at this chart. I was built to be a wife. This is cruel. Okay. I saw one of my homegirls write this post about transcending your natal chart. This is something I had believed in for a long time, that you can transcend what is in this natal chart, because this is just the shell you're in the first place. So you can't, your consciousness is technically already above it. But while you're in this body, this is the character you have. That natal chart just tells you what player you have. That's like playing Mortal Kombat and saying, I'm gonna try the cheat codes from this character over here because I have transcended being wasn't Sub-Zero. I ain't even got to freeze people. I'm gonna throw fire. Can Sub-Zero throw fire? No, because that's the character he's in. So you can build up your spiritual skills to transcend and understand that you are not this chart. But while you're here, that's you. That's the tools you got. That's the character you're in. And look at my seventh house, wife, right? That's the marriage house. Down here we have my third house, which is the way your mind works. Look at all that Libra in the middle. That's ruled by my marriage house. So a good majority in my Saturn in fourth is based upon the fact that my energy works in a certain way, that I require a male counterbalance for me to filter my energy into, to ground it into reality. I am supposed to technically stay at home like I do now, get all my juju up, and then I come out and perform or do whatever it is I do for a little bit in a tour-like fashion, then I disappear back into the fold and recharge. That is what I do for thousands of years. And it just occurred to me recently that me being stuck in this room for months, even though there were many reasons why I was stuck in here, is just a ripple of like those princess times. And I know this sounds so cliche and crazy that it also happened, but being stuck in a tower. I complain. I know it's bad. I complain to you guys all the time. Like I'm still stuck behind glass. I spent many lifetimes stuck behind glass just having to pop up when people summon me, which is still a crazy thing to be able to say. But technically, right now, it's the same thing that's happening. People summon me via inbox and then I pop up on a video like, hi, this is your fortune. All because I'm in the tower because asteroid prey. That's what we're going to get into today before we get into this surrender. This is a long message and I ain't even notice where we're going, but when I pulled for what the message is about, it's about the initiation. It's about growth. It's about the wisdom that is about to be incurred. So initiation has to do with asteroid prey and asteroid hunter, which I am going to help you guys out with. So 6157, I'm adding these to mine just because everything I learn about myself helps me teach other people. Wild, but surrendering, rocking with it. It's helping me not be a, what's the word, co-star in my own life. I'm being forced to come to the front because of how many times I've been behind this glass. This shit is a lot, right? So asteroid hunter astrology. Come on, y'all. Don't give me shit today. Is it because I wrote it? Oh, asteroid hunter number. Hunter asteroid number. This is why I usually do this stuff and then pop up on the post with the information like, look what I found, guys. Because me, when I'm looking for it, it's rough. Now I know damn well I found this asteroid before. Me channeling. Look, I was like, where is the asteroid? Hunter asteroid number? And I know I wrote it on a post, but I still don't have access to my page because I got locked out. Let's start with pray then. And I'm gonna find freaking asteroid hunter and I'm gonna make a post about it. So if you saw this video, you'll be in the know. So I added pray, right? You see where mine is? Let me go ahead and zoom that in. Oh, I just wanted to zoom in. Oh my gosh, me and technology. Right there, up front, can't miss. Like technically, that glamour I had over me and the fact that my sun and Mars, like I'm hitting, my energy is hitting. I'm not even at full potential. Yeah, I'm not allowed to develop or blossom into full potential until I have a bodyguard. The reason that the guy that I married at first popped up at 14 and knew to come straight to me was because he was my first bodyguard. Who would have known, right? Crazy. This is also why it's important to surrender because there are so many stories and backstories and parts of your energy that you know nothing about, but just know that there is a being that is aware of everything because it's just a frequency of everything that has ever happened and ever will happen that has a plan for you. Just go with the flow. Wake up every day and make yourself open. Stop trying to contain yourself with your thoughts. A lot of you are overthinking and not moving on the thoughts that are being given to you. You're going in circles about the same thing over and over again when the exit is right there for you, but you're like, no, 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 no. What about such and such? What about such and such? You got to do it anyway. And I'm saying that from a place of me being mad that I got fucking plugged as a stepford wife in this life because of that asteroid prey, right? And the fact that I do finally have to come out from behind this glass and I do have to use my voice. And my voice is sort of the thing that lets everybody who still has their past life memory, or even if they don't, my voice is the thing that reminds people of who I am. So when I start to sing or I start to speak or I start to put myself out there, prey is triggered by the people who are hunters because I'm sort of a big bounty to get. But my gifts going into the person that is supposed to be my husband gives them the intuitive capabilities to be a better bodyguard. And the reward that they get is they get to like have my gifts and like build their kingdom. Like it helps them be a better manifester in the physical because all my gifts are spiritual. And so it's just like a level up. How does this play out in the physical, right? So the person I married, the guy that I was just talking about that came up to me at 14, he was not popular. He was not at all. I did not give him play for 3 years. He was my friend. He had to follow me everywhere. And it wasn't like an asshole follow me. He was just like with me. Like I was going to church and stuff. He came with me to church. He was just with me everywhere. He walked me to my classes. Like no dude even had another chance to holler. If they didn't do it before he came along, it was over. I didn't even date anybody during high school until I finally decided to date him because I was like, I must be an asshole. Nobody else is around but him. So maybe I'm overlooking it because he professed his love to me from the beginning. He was like, you are my wife. I've seen you before. I know it. And I was. But I was like part one wife because we're redoing past life loops and shit, but whatever. So he was not popular. He would have crushes on people all the time, including self, that did not work out. Nobody would give him play. So senior year, first semester, we started dating. By second semester, he dumped my ass because he had so many people hollering at him. He couldn't take it. Why did that happen? Because I had slept with him and my juju got in his body and he had no idea what to do with all the attention and stuff that was coming towards him based upon the fact that he now had some of my magnetic field in his body. Some of my energy was now pumping through his spiritual veins, and he was starting to get all the people that he had wanted to holler at him before to holler. So it became a lust thing. And that really was a problem. Our whole relationship, which is why we're not together now, because my energy changes the person that I'm with. Because this fucking design, this design feeds my energy, my power, and it makes that person. It's like I'm crowning a king, but I crowned a pauper in this case. So he could only manifest so much. So I ended up being the breadwinner, the person in charge, which was great for me because many other times I got with the guy who actually like is the king. He's a prince first, and then he gets turned into a king. But when he turns into a king, like I'm really like very submissive. But it's just we have a different, what is the word? Dynamic. He's very, and I get to be in my feminine, which is how it's supposed to be. But in the case where I crowned the wrong guy, or the guy that was a lesson, this pauper ass ain't know what to do with that. But it taught me that a queen can run a queendom. So I don't ever have to be in a position with the king dude to think, oh, I can't leave because he's in charge of everything, which happened many times, y'all. There is a advantage and a disadvantage to remembering all your past lives. But pray in your chart is where you are most targeted. It is where you are most taken advantage of. When you have it in first, though, you just the target, period. Because remember, we're dealing with people who are in their own characters, who have their own configurations. And as soon as their configuration comes next to yours, there's a synastry there. So say, for instance, somebody has their Mars next to pray in first. They coming at you with dick. That's a good one still. But that might not be in a good way sometimes. So it depends on what type of prey. Like, because if you got prey and Scorpio in first, they're coming at you with dick, but you don't want that. Mine is in Leo. So what the hell does that mean? The crown. That's all it is. So that's what I was saying. Shit. The dude that came to me in the dream, it was different. Because I was lucid. I was like, sir, my magnetic field is dropping because my frequency now has to change to draw in, or is beginning to change to draw in other suitors, because it is almost time for the fat lady to sing. To put it easily. And to know all of this is amazing and wild. But frequency is changing. And I was supposed to tell you guys that it does not just happen for me. If you came here and you signed up for something, and your counterpart or whoever, this could be a business partner, did not rise to the vibration or did not follow their intuition enough to recognize what y'all are supposed to be doing or honor the contract that you had, your frequency will change to attraction mode. So look, let me just do this for fun. What is my aura currently set to attract? What is my aura currently set to attract? I even had a dude inbox me. And I was like, hey, is this for a reading? He was like, no, I was just trying to get to know if I can talk to you. Like, do you have a personal page? What? I don't even have a real default. Now, what the fuck I say, y'all? I said my aura just got switched, right? Because it looked like the guy kind of stood me up at the altar. What is my aura set to? I don't even know what to say. This I'm actually in my feelings because I just know a lot of this stuff intuitively. And I do the surrender thing a lot, but I never know where I'm going. And I get nervous sometimes because I surrendered last time when I started dating the guy that I ended up marrying, because I'm like, maybe it's me, maybe I'm supposed to be with this person. But I was supposed to be with him because many lifetimes I had been abusive to him. He was the guy that I'm married to now. Oh, this is gonna sound crazy. Was actually like the slave of me and the actual king, the person I'm supposed to be with. So in this life, I had to give a little bit of my queendom and stuff to the guy that we used to just mistreat. Just made him do my hair and makeup, and I think I even like castrated him one time. We just really did not have a good relationship. So in this life, he got to abuse me a little bit. But the end goal was for us to come together into a bond of unconditional love that resolved all the hate and the beef that we had from all the other times where we fought or killed each other. Yeah, because he done killed me a couple times too. Ain't that crazy? You can the God put you back with somebody that killed you in another life because love is the bond that's supposed to destroy all the bad stuff that happened. That's why they delete your memory too, because you can never fall in love with somebody that you remember choked you the fuck out. Right? That's not possible. You can't do it in one life. So guys, your magnet will change as needed. That's why you're supposed to be uh, okay with the surrendering, knowing that even though you don't know why bad stuff happened, everything has a reason. Rock with that feeling. You might be a good person this life, but you might not have been in another life. You dig? Uh, this initiation that's happening, and it's vast approach, and I already started like fasting. Um, and with weed, I ain't started fasting and fast. The year I got attacked though, I was just drinking squash soup. I was not playing. I was only drinking water. I would not put anything in my body that is of this world. That McDonald's is McDevil. We know we know some of this food ain't from God, y'all. Uh, and I believe that's a part of the initiation because it was for me learning that this stuff is real. You cannot be a sinner one day, save the next, because that's not going to get you past those pearly gates. But it's also not going to allow you to thrive the most you can here. I kept wondering why I was getting stuck in this place. And the message I was in order to beat what has been sent at me or the things that are trying to weigh me down or keep me stuck behind these glass, I have to raise my vibration. And that is going to require a level of holiness, I guess I would say. So no, I do need to be only drinking alkaline water and only eating raw foods and stuff because then you can't get hit by an enemy charge or blocked on anything. And my magnet would be set to super attract because I didn't have any of the horrible food or the low vibrations and all that stuff that is currently keeping my magnet at a lower level, right? This initiation is about to boost a lot of people. What you thought you knew, you're about to be like, fuck that. I don't know nothing. And you're going to be okay with it because that means there's room to grow. There's room to learn more. You never know it all. You think you know, but you have no idea. This is the diary. Okay. So, initiation that is going to occur is going to allow you to see beyond the veil. It's a lot, y'all. To see that there is a life going on besides us, to have shared dreams with other people, like check in with your kids if you have kids or your partner, like, hey, what happened in dream world? And you'll be surprised to see that sometimes you're intermingling because this is spiritual war. And during initiation, everybody is sort of working together in some way, shape, or form. So let's see. What are this year's initiates being trained in? What are the initiates for this year being trained in? I'm using my Akashic deck for this. We're going up to the big library where this has already been done and we're just looking at the past. So what are they being trained on? Home values. Home values. Who you are at the root of self. Have you recovered from any childhood stuff? What is your relationship with your family? Damn, you're being tested on stability, emotional stability, because we can't grow if the foundation is not set. So if this was a video game, I'd be saying round home. Like if that was the screen where we were fighting in Mortal Kombat. So the battle is coming to you. Whoever sees this, the battle is coming to you. And I said it was coming in Dream World, right? But this is, if you're in Dream World and you're not trying to astral travel, if you just dreaming, you just lucid dreaming at home, the fight's coming to you. You can't avoid this. And this has something to do with that asteroid freaking prey. Like if you have it in 12th, oh baby, cover your mirrors, close your closet doors. And I hate having this conversation, but I would hate even more to not. Because this is graphic. I'm gonna add a trigger warning in the caption. There is nothing like being sexually assaulted in dream world and then having to wake up and go to work the next day. Like, yeah, it didn't happen to your physical body, but it did. So during mine, I got my ass whooped. Like I told y'all, like I jumped out the game. I didn't even know. You see what I just did right here? I didn't know this was possible. Like I felt like I was in a ring. And keep in mind, I'm sitting around with my family and something's off. Like somebody hit me. And I'm like, did I just get hit? And so I can sense where the being is. Like this is a square up situation. But I look crazy, like swinging at nothing, right? So the next day, I wake up and my lip is swollen because I got clocked in my shit by a fucking astral beam. Lips swole. I had bruises because I was penetrated. And it's crazy because I like could not feel, what you feel like physically, but I could feel somebody in my front and in the back at the same time. It wasn't, I won't say painful or anything. I felt like I was bracing myself because keep in mind, I'm still in the room in front of my family and shit while this is going on. And I'm freaked out because I can feel myself being assaulted. But it was like I could sense that it was going on, but it was sort of separate from me. But the act of it made me throw up. Like I had to go to the bathroom immediately. It was wild. So when I go to pause on talking about these things, I realize I can't because they don't even only come for adults. They come for children too. And somebody needs to know, like when your baby is saying, hey, there's a monster in my corner, it's because they can perceive the fact that Randolph from Monsters Inc. is waiting to get them when they go to sleep and it needs to be smushed and their closet needs to be closed and there needs to be a light. Because crazy enough, they do stay away from light. They only come when your room is completely dark or they stay away from the areas to where there are light. And I would not have known any of this without my initiation. My senses were pushed so high because remember, I had been fasting and all that stuff anyway. So high so I can see all of this stuff. It was wild. it was to teach. So I went back and looked at my solar return chart, your energetic overlay for that year. I had South Node in eighth in Sagittarius. The eighth house is sex, death, trauma, black magic, all things that are icky, right? Sagittarius is experience. So I was getting experience in that in order to move towards the North Node, which was Gemini in second, teaching as a means of earning. I went through all of that to be able to say, watch your ass, because there are astral ghosts out here looking for booty, trying to take your juju, because they can sense you, they can see your glow out there better than anybody else. They can see how much power you have. They don't want no low battery. They want the lit ones. So initiations will be at home. Archangel Michael is the one you call upon if you're having any issues. He protects children. He protects the family. He protects the heart. Heart energy is the most important thing here because it's what the bad guys don't have and what they're aiming for. They want to attach to your heart or your root chakra so they can siphon going forward. That was why I was assaulted like that. It was something that was trying to link into my energy. And a couple months later, because it worked. I was fucked up, y'all. A couple months later, when I finally got away from my family for a little bit, I had to go stay with my mom. I kept hearing goat milk. And I'm like, what is goat milk? And I looked it up and it's like to remove black magic. What was done on me was like a spirit trying to bind me to them, which is a whole, we'll get into it another time, trying to bind me to them. I went to go take a shower in my mom's bathroom. She already had a bar of goat milk soap. So that it was months of being bound and it was horrible. It just felt like the worst breakup ever. Like my heart hurt. Like it was somebody missing in my soul. Like, oh my God. It was fucked up. So how does this go along with surrender, God? How is this the theme? What is the point here, right? Surrender. Give into your knowledge. Let go of what you don't know. Trust your intuition. Not enough people are trusting their intuition. You get a ping when it's time to clean your house. You might look at the pile and be like, oh man, I need to clean that. Stop not listening to yourself. There might be somebody who came into your field, or somebody who was sent to you, and you didn't respond in your inbox. And then when the attack comes, you're gonna be like, hold on, but there was somebody in my inbox. That attack is gonna move your ass. Dead is. And initiation, it is what it is. Y'all know what hazing is. Y'all know what it is when somebody wants to recruit people in the gang. Initiation is not a necessarily easy thing, or everybody would be into it. You are being reinitiated into the higher ups, or you are going into the lower downs. Everybody else is in the middle in purgatory, but right now we need to make a decision because big things are popping next year. Very, very big things. We're not going to get into that today, but trust your intuition. That's what the surrender is. Even when you don't know why you're doing something, when it doesn't make no sense, when it doesn't fit into your life plan, when it's not working with your logical thing. These planets beam down exactly what you need to know at that moment. All the answers are right there. You just have to follow yourself. If you don't trust nothing else, trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself or your intuition because you fucked up in the past, then that's what you need to work on because it's blocking you from anything that can be helping you move forward. But don't worry, baby. This initiation is about to show you just how intuitive you are. That's what I'm getting. It's about to show you just how good you are listening to your instincts because these attacks, they happen in the astral, but some stuff comes down in the physical too. You're looking for stuff going on with your family, with your children, with your house. Technically, with your root chakra too. So your sexuality, your base needs, all of it is rigged at this point as a test. So I will be making a post on asteroid prey later. This was a very interesting video, right? Wild. Looking forward to your feedback, guys.